Hello everyone and welcome back to Packs and Recreation. And today we continue the saga of the boxes with Darkrai. So Darkrai VStar Premium Collection. So this is from another era, the Sword and Shield era, among other things. But is it still worth it? Let's figure it out. Now, as you can see, you get the card, the big card, and then Darkrai V. So Darkrai V, Darkrai VStar, and then the big card that I don't know what people do with them. And in terms of content and better looking stuff, plunge opponents into total darkness with Darkrai VStar. It's always funny to have something like Darkrai and then having VStar right next to it, that it looks like a idol or something. So this Darkrai VStar Premium Collection includes one Edge foil card featuring Darkrai VStar, one foil card featuring Darkrai V, one oversized foil of Darkrai VStar, 8 Pokemon TCG boosters, one VStar marker, and a code for you. So, for the latest info on Pokemon TCG, check Pokemon.com. Now, let's crack it. In terms of what is it that we're going to... What's the reasoning behind these boxes? You already know the usual suspects. So this type of box is a box targeted specifically for children, even though adults, we also buy this, but this box is to sit on certain types of shelves so that people go over them and go like, wow, I need that. And that's a very good strategy on the Pokemon Company side, alongside with other Pokemon products that they publish from time to time that are very specifically targeted for the aisle or the last aisle in the supermarket. Why? I will show you in a second. So we have our two amazing Darkrai cards. Now, I know that the V-Star one is the one for which you are buying the whole thing. I mean, look at the oversized card. It looks great. It looks amazing. I don't know what to do with it. Please tell me what you guys do with your oversized cards. I'm going to put it here on the side. But this one looks nice and is edge foil and all that, and you can feel it and it's cool and the eye shines and all that crazy stuff. But this one is badass. I mean, this one shines like a diamond. It's just beautiful as a card. And this one is not foil. This is just perfectly, it's almost plastic. This one is edged. You can feel the texture, crazy, but the drawing is cool, but not as cool as this one. The colors are cool, but not as cool as these ones. So, yikes, I just love the way this card looks and how it feels as well. I prefer this feeling than this feeling, but that's me. So, you have this, and then you have the boosters. Now, why do I say that this is smart on the Pokemon's company side? Because the boosters are always a mix. So you never get boosters from the current one. We get a B-Star card, by the way. You always get a mix of new and old stuff, and the code for you, by the way. Which, in this case, the newest set... I think it was Astral Radiance or Lost Origin. I don't know. But you get 2 from Brilliant Stars as well, just because. And some people actually like this because it's like, oh, you actually get old boosters, and that's good. But some people are just like, they're just cleaning stock. Just boosters are just sitting there and they have no way of cleaning them. So let's start with Lost Origin. Can we ninja this pack? Yep, we did. So, let's see. Yellow borders, long time no see. Phantom. That goes here because of Darkrai. So, Phantom, Sudowoodo, Electrike, Luftdisk, Gligar or Gligar. So, Grident is the first foil. Not bad. Nothing to go crazy. Well, let's go! Drapion V-Star. Now, that's how you start a booster opening saga. Drapion VStar evolves from Drapion V. It has Big Bang Arm for 250, and it says this Pokemon does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, which yikes. And then it has the V-Star Power, which has Hazard Star. During your turn, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed and poisoned during Pokemon period. During Pokemon checkup, put 3 damage. Like, I love these cards, but reading them sometimes is like, yes, put 3 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1. You can use more. You can't use more than 1 V-Star Power in a game. So, and everything goes to dark. And then electric energy. This also goes here because why not? A nice looking Seadra, a animal looking Rhydon, although this is 3D. So, and a Roserade or Roserade, as I. Although I don't like Roserade because it sounds like Road Rage or Roid Rage, so not much to do there. Let's see another from Astral Radiance. Bronzor. Oshawott. One of the water starter that started the decline, because I love Oshawott, but I don't understand why it goes from a bipedal Pokemon to a 4-legged Pokemon. Why is that? How is that an evolution? How is that an improvement? That you are like a cat, agile in 2 legs, and then you become this thing with 2 in 4 legs? Like, what's up with that? Magneton? Nice looking Magneton, I have to say. Mightyena, which looks great as well. Electric energy. Roxanne. Kirlia. Grant from Trash Taste. And a code from you. These are actually all very easy to ninja. Now that I... Barboach. Saita. One of the best, most cool looking Pokemon. Eevee. Everyone loves Eevee. Heracross. One of the best calls in the anime ever. Heracross always appeared, kick ass, and for some reason, this bug had the weirdest call, which is he like it's saying like Heracross, like super aggressive, badass. It was always very random. Which Pokemon? Ooh, Radiant Heatran. Let's go. Edge Foil. It was always very random which Pokemon say their name and which Pokemon just do noises. And I mean, there is some sort of explanation, like, you know, if they don't have something, oh, let's go, whoa, what's Meg. Now, this is how you play opening boosters. You get Radiant Heatran and you go like, oh, it's pretty cool. Let me tell a story about Pokemon calls. And this is the first fire Pokemon, likely the only one so far. So maybe that's that. And then you get Heatran V in this mirror foil, amazing shiny thing. Look at that Pokemon right there, badass. Like, whew, take me home. Let's go. Hit burn. Your opponent active Pokemon is now burned. And Magma Fall. If you have a Stadium in play, this attack does 90 more damage. Crazy. So double Heatran. Fist energy, trekking shoes. I will always say fist because it's ground, fighting, and rock. So, I mean, please. Magneton, another one, another Roxanne, and a Redeem Code. Well, this can't get better than this. We already got some badass pulls. So, from this point onwards, it's just nice. Astral Radiance, again, which, again, we managed to ninja pretty easy. Teddiursa. Whoa, I see a crazy pull right there. But I need to stop spoiling myself. Teddiursa, Sneasel. I was about to say, like, well, we can pull better stuff. I mean, 2 boosters already with crazy pulls and double Heatran. That's already a good pull. But, apparently, Hood, let's go! Look at that badassery right there. Hood next to a monk. Everyone loves Hood. And I don't know, in which club are you? Are you in the club that play gold and silver when you were a kid and you thought that Hood only had one leg, or you're in the club that then got Crystal had animations, and you were like, oh, okay, it has 2 legs, which I think you could also tell in Pokemon Stadium 2, which, fun fact, is actually Pokemon Stadium 3, because in Japan it's called Pokemon Stadium Gold and Silver, or GS, and Pokemon Stadium 1, we never saw it, actually, and what we have as Pokemon Stadium 1 is Pokemon Stadium 2, because Pokemon Stadium 1 in Japan is actually just like 50 Pokemon or something like that, because they couldn't do more in 3D. That's why Pokemon Snap doesn't have all the Pokemon. Stand Sentry. Basic energy attached to your bench Pokemon can be discarded by an effect of your opponent's item or supporter cards. And then it has Flap. Amazing looking card. I love it. I love, like, I'm a sucker. Ooh, Thievul, let's go. I'm a sucker for the early birds for each generation, or most of them at least. So, Pidgeot, Night Owl, Swallow, in this case, what's the last evolution of Swallow? Swa something? Man, now this is embarrassing. Me saying like, oh, I'm the biggest enjoyer of, like, and then I can't remember the name. Swa something? I remember a Staravia and a Staraptor. But it's also only 2 evolutions, like basic and then the first evolution, not 3 levels. I can't remember. It will come to me, I guess. Rhyhorn, let's go. Poliwag, Ipom, Oddish, he was very reflective. Another badass card, like, what is this? This is the craziest box ever. Oddish, Roselia, and Spiritomb. Look at that card. I love these cards. I know that everyone loves these cards because these are the more valuable ones, but I really love them because they depict Pokemon just doing stuff, like in their day-to-day. Not so much like, because these cards are all very good looking, but these cards just look like, featuring this Pokemon. And sometimes a picture, and sometimes they're doing something, but a lot of times they're just posing for the photo. But in these ones, it's just like we catch them interacting with humans, which is great. I remember also Spiritomb when it came out, and everyone was like, oh, it has no weaknesses. And it's like, yeah, well, so if this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And it has Chain of Spirits, 10+. This attack does 60 more damage for each Spiritomb in your discard pile. Oh, yikes. A Chandelure. So dark is the theme for this box. That's going to be difficult to pick the best looking one. Chandelure, another red one. Nice looking foil. Looks like in bars or something. Fixed energy, Abomasnow, damage pump, weird item. Sviper in a very weird art. And a code for you. Asher Radiance, 3 to go. All of them are very easy to ninja, which I will be worried if not for the crazy pulls that we're getting. Chatot, Bronzor, Rowlet, Oshawott again, Ponyta, Gardenia's Vigor, Basculegion, Fire Energy. So the rhythm had to come down at some point, guys, because, I mean, come on. Kricketune, Wait and See Turbo, and a code for you. Like, I'm not expecting anything from any more boosters. I wasn't expecting anything from the second booster onwards, and here we are. Now, we're going to Brilliant Stars, so this can be anything, really. I have mixed feelings with Brilliant Stars because of the border. I will show you in a second. So Psychic, Clefairy, or I guess Fairy, but Cherubi or Cherubi, Sock, Corphish, Golett, Drudigon, which looks pretty badass, but it's like 30% the drawing and the rest is the border, just this gold border right here. Crazy. I was kind of triggered that dragons have gold borders. It's like, dragons are cool, but they're not like the, Muck, well, amazing Muck art. Come on. I wish this thing was foil. Yikes. Metal Energy or Steel Energy. Vibrava. Tropius. So much Tropius recently. And Claydol in 3D, which looks like a clay doll, which is great. And a code for you to use. And then last but not least, our friend Charizard in Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars. And obviously this is the one that we couldn't ninja. Even though, can I salvage it? Nope, I can't. So Axew, so 2 dragons, so at least we have that. Impidimp. Magmar, I love this art. Riolu. Bormi. Castform in foil. Professor's Research in foil, not bad. Professor Rowan. Water Energy. And then Crowdhound to evolve our Corphish, and Ultra Ball, and Tropius again. So much Tropius. And a card code for you. Now, we need to pick the best looking ones for each color. This is completely subjective because it depends on whether I think they look cool or not necessarily their value or their power. So here, it's complicated, but I mean, there's not. I will go with a foil like this one, but an Ultra Ball is an Ultra Ball, so Ultra Ball it is. Now for dragons, not much to pick from, and it's going to be Drudigon because it just looks very badass with that foil. So Drudigon right there. Now for fire, this card is fire. This card looks great, although I don't really like the lining on it. It just looks like meh. But this one, now that is what I call a fire Pokemon. So there is that. Now for Psychic / Purple, not much to pick from, but I really like Claydol because it's like the 3D model, like realistic lighting, and that always gets me in the Kokoro. Now for Steel, well, it's going to be Magneton because I like Magneton and it's foil, so it kind of complements the whole metal theme going on. So there goes that. Now for normal cards, it's gonna be Hood Hood. I'm sorry, but it will be Hood Hood regardless because I like Hood Hood and I think it's the best looking card, but this one is just badass. I mean, so for water, we have a little bit of everything and all sorts of styles and not a single foil. So I think it's going to be Seadra. Seadra just looks cool. In electric, it's going to be electric or electric, depending on how you want to pronounce it, right or wrong. For fist type Pokemon or brown energy or whatever you want to call it, weird. I like this one. It looks like a screenshot from the anime, but it's going to be Raiden because Raiden is the first Pokemon to ever be designed. And for grass, well, I think Scyther is pretty cool, but if you have to choose between Scyther and Heracross, is always going to be Heracross. So there is that. And I left the worst one for last because you have Spiritomb, which by itself is already very cool looking, Theovolt, which is cool looking, Mightyena, then you have Drapion and Darkrai. But I'm sad to say that this can be edge foil and everything you want, but this thing just looks so badass with the eye just shining. Yeah, brother, let's go. So these are the picks, these are the pools. Let me know down below what you think about that, and let me know what you think if it's worth it to get the Darkrai VStar box. Remember, everything that I pulled besides the cards that were shown at the beginning is random, so it doesn't guarantee you're going to get that. And as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool things that the cool kids do, and I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.